Okay, let's be honest. You've heard the terms IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS thrown around in meetings, and you just kind of nod along, right? You're definitely not alone. They're the absolute foundation of cloud computing, but the lines between them can get really, really blurry. So in the next few minutes, we're going to clear all that up for good. And this Reddit user just hits the nail on the head. This is the exact frustration. You get what software as a service is. I mean, you use stuff like Gmail every single day, but then you hear that AWS is both IaaS and PaaS, and suddenly it all feels confusing again. Don't worry, we're about to make this super simple.
To really make this click, we're going to use a brilliant and honestly delicious analogy, pizza as a service. Seriously, just stick with me. Forget servers and databases for a second and just think about pizza. This is going to be our guide through the whole thing.
First up, let's set our baseline. Making a pizza from scratch at home. This is what we call on-premise in the tech world. You are responsible for absolutely everything. The oven, the electricity to run it, all the ingredients, the work of making it, and even setting the table. You have total control, but you also have all the responsibility. Now, let's say you want to offload some of that work. This brings us to Infrastructure as a Service, or IaaS. Think of this like a take-and-bake pizza. The pizza place gives you the foundational stuff, the kitchen, the oven. You bring your own toppings, assemble the pizza, and you bake it yourself. You manage the pizza, they manage the kitchen. Taking it one step further, we have Platform as a Service, or PaaS. This is pretty much like ordering pizza for delivery. The restaurant handles all the ingredients, the oven, and the cooking. The finished pizza shows up at your door ready to go. All you have to worry about is the serving part, the table, the plates, the drinks. And finally, we have Software as a Service, or SaaS. This is the simplest one of all. You're just going out to a restaurant. You don't think about anything except showing up and eating. They manage the food, the cooking, the serving, the table, and even the cleanup afterwards. You are simply enjoying the final product. Okay, so the pizza analogy is a fantastic start, right? Now let's actually map that idea directly onto the technology stack. We'll begin with IaaS, the one that gives you the most control, and then we'll build our way up from there. So with IaaS, you can see a really clear split in who does what. The cloud provider, they manage the physical hardware, the networking, the actual servers, the storage. But everything from the operating system on up, that's on you. You're the one installing Linux or Windows, you're patching it, and you're running all your own software on top of it. To make this a bit more real, think about services like Amazon's EC2 or Google Compute Engine. When you use one of those, you're basically renting a blank virtual machine in the cloud. You're paying for the hardware, but you're totally in charge of what actually runs on it.
Now with Platform as a Service, watch how that line of responsibility moves up. Notice how much more stuff just shifted over to the They Manage column. The provider is now handling the operating system, the middleware, the runtime. So as a developer, you suddenly don't have to worry about OS patches. You can just focus on your code and your data.
And great examples of this are platforms like Heroku or Google App Engine. You literally just give them your application code and they handle everything else required to run it, scale it, and keep it online. It's a platform built for one thing, helping developers deploy apps fast. And finally, with Software as a Service, that shift is totally complete. The provider is managing the entire stack, from the physical servers in a data center all the way up to the application you're using. Your only responsibility is to use the software, and of course, manage the data you put into it. I mean, this is the world we all live in every single day. Think about Gmail or Dropbox or Salesforce. You don't install anything on a server, you don't manage any infrastructure, you just log in with your web browser and start using it. It's software delivered to you, on demand. So, we've looked at each model one by one. But the real aha moment comes when you see them all side by side. That's when the progression really becomes obvious. This table just lays it all out perfectly. Look at the on-premise column way on the left. You're managing every single layer. Now just follow that blue You Manage section as we move to the right. See how it shrinks? With each step, from IaaS to PaaS to SaaS, you're handing over another piece of the puzzle to the provider in exchange for convenience. It's the perfect summary of that trade-off between control and ease of use. And this brings us right back to that initial confusion from the Reddit post. Why are AWS and Azure listed everywhere? Well, it's because they aren't just one thing. A massive cloud provider like Amazon offers IaaS with its EC2 service, but it also offers PaaS with a service called Elastic Beanstalk. They've got a whole menu of services, not just a single dish. So the big question is, which model is actually right for you?
It really all comes down to what you need most: control, flexibility, or pure convenience. Let's break down when you'd choose each one.
IaaS is perfect when you need maximum flexibility. For a startup, it's a no-brainer. You avoid spending a ton of money on hardware up front. For a huge company, it offers deep control over their environment. And for any business that's growing like crazy, being able to scale up your resources on demand is an absolute game changer.
PaaS, on the other hand, really shines in the world of software development. If you've got a whole team of developers working on a project, it gives everyone a unified platform that just simplifies everything. It lets you focus on writing code and building cool features, not managing the servers underneath, which means you can get things done way faster.
And SaaS is the go-to for pure convenience and speed. If you need a solution right now, like an e-commerce store or a collaboration tool for a quick project, SaaS is your answer. It's also perfect for those specialized apps you only use once in a while, like tax software. Why bother building it when you can just subscribe for a month?
And you know what? This whole as-a-service trend isn't stopping anytime soon. The next evolution you'll hear about is often called XaaS, which stands for Everything as a Service. This is the big idea that pretty much any business tool, from databases to AI, can be delivered over the cloud, creating these personalized, on-demand experiences for everyone.
So there you have it. From making pizza at home to dining out at a restaurant, you now have a super simple way to remember the difference between IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. This whole shift has completely changed the world of technology, which leaves us with one final thought. What do you think is going to be the next big as-a-service?